Alright, so here we are, we're at the Monarch Mine, and this is kind of cool. This is a big arch here. There's actually another arch near the Rawhide mine that's like this too. It's kind of cool. And we've explored most of this mine except for one thing, and the reason we're here today is to check that one thing. And but we'll show you around. It's been a while since I've been in here, but there's one shaft that goes down inclined into the, show you where it is. We look right in. Alright, so we're just going to walk down this arch. It's pretty cool. Quite a bit of copper around here. You can see the rocks, real bluish color to them. That's copper. It looks like there's some sulfur or something in the rock here. And that almost looks like a coal is pretty black up there. There's quite a few little holes that go down in here, but I don't think they go anywhere, if memory serves. But we'll just have another look at them and check them all out, just in case I missed something last time I was here. But I think that one shaft that goes down was the only one that I hadn't kind of fully explored. Yeah, see, I just kind of dug this out a little bit here, and there's nothing really in here. This camera seems to be throwing quite a bit of light. I don't even have my headlamp on here. It's kind of an interesting arch here. I guess this arch ain't gonna be here forever. Pretty neat. Don't know why they would have left it up here. This is a mark that I put in there to identify some of these places. This is called 1A. There's a 2A. There's two arches similar to this. The other arch is near Rawhide. There's also a natural arch near Brooklyn, but it has nothing to do with mining. So it looks like there's some big openings here, but there in fact is not. This is a pretty fair sized mine, so I don't really know how they would have got the ore out of here. There may be some lower levels, I'm not sure. Okay, that's about as far as we're going to go until we put some lights on, and we can show you what's down here. Hey Max! The dog's not all that keen on these mines. Okay, so we're recording again here. Now this is one of the few places you'll see actually there's railway tracks still in here. So there's a bunch of railway track, and there's quite a bit of line here from the air compressors that they run under here to power their rock drills. Those are steel lines, I believe, that they use for rigging up the air for the air compressors. So there's some writing on there. It says 22, 23. Quite red rock there. Oh, there's a box. That was probably been used to store some tools and stuff in, I guess. Pretty nice looking box. Seemed to have nothing in it, just some rocks and stuff. Not sure what would have originally been in there. So there's an X, so I've been in here before, and it doesn't lead anywhere. But it doesn't mean that I can't go in here and have a look. I didn't put an X because there was any danger. It was just, I'd explored that and it doesn't go any further. Well, so here we are. Here's a mine cart here. And we have some have an ore chute here. So this was blocked off, obviously. So there'd been a stope up there, but looks like it's completely blocked off. This was a drill, a piece of drill. That's the bit there where they used it for drilling the rock, and they stuffed it in there, I guess, to hold that up. Here's another bit of a raise here, and I think this was the end of this tunnel. But I'll have a look here. I don't think it went any further than this. Yeah, this end of this, and we'll just have a look up here. So this is actually a cart that's made out of wood, and you see it has a tipping mechanism on it, so they could trip it and drop the ore down through a chute. Quite often they have a big hole as you go along the railway track, and they have an ore pass, and then the ore goes down to a lower level. So we got some pretty colorful looking rock here. We're back at our box. This is kind of a pretty typical ore pass here, where they had the rail line here, and then just kind of ended here, and they just have a little frame, and then she just goes straight down to another level or whatever's under there. We'll go down and have a look. It's pretty dark here. We'll just scoot down this side here and have a look. A lot of water running down in here. Snow's just starting to melt here, so pretty high in elevation here. Beginning of May, and still have water running. But there's water running here just about all the time, so. Yeah, I remember I went down this hole here last fall, and it goes down and is blocked off at the bottom. So I got some rope and I tied it up to those pieces of railway track there, and I went down there, but I could only get as far as the blockage. So the other way that we're going to go down through the other shaft, it should intersect with whatever was there. There's a railway track, and here's another cart. Goes around the corner here. There's a abandoned cart here, and then so there's a switch that they used, the switch gear that they used to change the tracks back and forth from one side to the other. So you had two options when you're coming along in this direction. You could go to the right or the left. So this is pretty wet in here, and I'm not going to travel to the end because I've already been there, and I think it just ends up there anyhow, so there's no point in just getting my feet wet for nothing, and I've already been there. So yeah, so we had the option here of either going to the right, to the left, or straight ahead, I guess. So it's a three-way switch here. There's not very many places they didn't take the steel out. I guess, you know, they reused the track somewhere else or sold it for scrap, I'm not sure. So we'll just wander down a couple of these other shafts here. Pretty easy going here, and these tunnels are pretty safe. There's not much that could fall down these tunnels. It's the stopes that you have to be more concerned about. So I can see the decks from here. It looks like, oh, there's another turn before we get to the end here. Turn to the left here. There's the end there, and there's an end there too. So. Okay, so what we've done is we've taken and made a deadman here, just took a rope here and we took a big rock, tied around a big rock and put a whole bunch of smaller rocks on top. And so the purpose of this is we're going to head down this incline shaft. Now it's not really steep, a little too steep to go down without a rope. It's possible you can climb up without a rope, but if you're by yourself, you got to be a little bit more careful. You don't want to get injured and possibly slip back down it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this rope down and we'll see how far we can get going down. If I need to, I'll come back up and tie some additional rope onto there, and we'll have a look down there and we'll see what's down there. We'll turn on this light here so I can shine a little further down into there. So there we are. So it's not really steep. You can almost get up there, but you just definitely don't want to slip. I threw a rock down there and it went down a long ways. Here, I'll throw another one down. I'll show you. So as you can hear, it's a pretty long ways down. So we'll see if we can get down there. So as I was making my way down to the bottom there, I dropped my camera and it rolled all the way down about 100 feet. Couldn't believe it got to the bottom. The light was on and it was fine, but I didn't get any shots down there. But it just ends down there, and there's a bunch of rock blocking the passageway. Possibly a guy could dig it out and get to lower levels, but every shaft going down there was blocked off, so there was no way to get to the lower levels there in the Monarch Mine. So that's basically it for the Monarch Mine. This last tunnel here says 1H. It goes down, and it's a railway, and we're not going to walk through it, I don't think. It's too wet. I've been through it before though, and I can tell you, see, that it goes all the way through the mountain. Not that far. I didn't be able to see there we go. Come out the other side there. And it comes right out and it goes on top of the Phoenix, on top of the Phoenix dumps there. So this goes right through the mountain and it comes to the top of Phoenix there. So it's just a short little thing. And what this does actually, it connects this glory hole with the mines that were up on top of Phoenix. So the last hole that I went into, that I dropped my camera down into, it didn't go anywhere. It just ended in a blocked ore pass. The other one that I hadn't shown you yet is this one here. That's a pretty big ore pass, and it goes down and it's also blocked. So there's no mines here that go to lower levels, but I'm sure there are lower levels there. They all just happen to be blocked by this material that's caved in over time. So if a person wanted to explore the lower levels of the Monarch Mine, and I'm not really familiar with the documentation on it, how extensive it is, how many levels there is, you'd have to dig out one of these ore passes that are blocked. It might not be that much work. It's hard to say. So you could pick the easiest one and try to get down the lower levels. I don't know how successful you'd be, but that's the only option at this point. There's no none of these stopes going down. They're all these ore passes going down lower levels are all plugged. So it doesn't look like they were plugged on purpose. It's just that stuff's caved in here over time and plugged these holes.